Good evening. As we begin tonight, the skies here in the valley have cleared for the most part, but it has been a very busy weather day all across the state. The evening commute was a soggy mess. All that rain making for wet roads and poor visibility on the valley's freeways. And now we're tracking the chance for even more rain tomorrow. More on that in just a minute.
Storm really packing a punch up in the high country as well. Crews up in Flagstaff getting a first-hand look at all that snow. And how beautiful. What a great shot as that snow came down. But it did cause some road closures. I-40, I-17, State Route 87. Many of those closures and restrictions still active. We'll have details on the current closures on 12news.com. But take a live look right now. The train depot in downtown Flagstaff. And I tell you what, it started coming down about 4 o'clock today and really sticking. And you can see we still have that beautiful white blanket of snow up there tonight. Thanks for joining us tonight at 12 News at 10. Caribe's off. I'm Troy Hayden.
I'm Mark Curtis. Let's get right to the forecast as we track the next shot at rain. Meteorologist Chris Dunn is joining us now. Chris, anything lighting up on the radar?
Yeah, not really for the valley right now, but there are still some active spots around the state. And then, of course, tomorrow night at about this time, we're going to be talking about rain moving through again and snow for the high country. Goodyear, about 1/4 of an inch of rain today. Over a 1/2 inch of rain in some spots of Mesa and the East Valley really winning out as far as the rain is concerned with some of those thunderstorms that move through. Sky Harbor Airport officially 1600s. So in the high country, it has been in the form of snow and heavy, shutting down some of the roadways, as we mentioned. And in Prescott, yeah, the snow still coming down. This is the courthouse, Yavapai County Courthouse, and look at the snow is covering the ground there, even on the sidewalks. So the snow still coming down. There's Prescott right there, Cottonwood, Prescott Valley, getting some of that snow, Flagstaff as well, Payson, even some lightning strikes approaching the Payson area, which indicates a little extra oomph with some of these storms passing by Black Canyon City and approaching the Payson area. We have had reports of several inches of snow so far in Payson. That's about as close as any active weather is to the valley right now, just to the north of Lake Pleasant. As we zoom out a little bit farther, there's all that rain that moved through earlier in the evening in the Phoenix area, 4, 5, and 6 o'clock. For the rest of tonight, things will be quiet. For tomorrow, a chilly day, upper 50s to near 60 degrees, and we're going to hold that rain off until about the time it gets dark. Futurecast and more of your rain totals coming up.
All right, Chris, thank you. See you in a few minutes, and chances are you came home to a wet driveway, right? Chase Golightly driving across the valley today. Seemed like we got rain all the way through, but in Mesa, some real issues, especially on the freeways, Chase.
Troy, that's right. We're talking about exit ramps having to be closed because of flooding. We also saw an airplane that appeared to be struck by lightning. Really, the East Valley appeared to be hit the hardest, but really, no matter where you went in the valley today, it seemed like you couldn't outrun the weather. No one living in the valley escaped Mother Nature Thursday. Wind gusts up to 54 miles per hour, creating walls of dust near the Loop 303 and Camelback Road. Roads everywhere were slick. In Mesa, more than a 1/2 inch of rain came pouring down, in some cases flooding the US 60. Cars trying to get off at the Country Club and Gilbert exits had to plow through foot-high water. An Arizona DPS trooper telling me the pumps that are supposed to prevent this from happening weren't working. Right now, we're actually standing on the eastbound exit ramp for Gilbert Road because of this flooding. Right now, ADOT and DPS are working to clear out the pumps. They were telling us that it's currently caked with mud, and they have to bring in a special HVAC system to remove it and get this water cleared out. The East Valley was also hit with a severe thunderstorm warning. Then a viewer sent us this video, also taken in Mesa, showing an airplane that appears to be hit by a bolt of lightning not once, but twice. As all of this was happening, those up north in Flagstaff for spring break were enduring up to 72-mile-per-hour winds at Snowbowl, and of course,
this is fantastic.
The snow. Everywhere you look downtown, it was covered in fresh powder.
Is there such a thing as too much snow, Lily?
In my opinion, yes. I'm not usually a snow person.
Flagstaff reporting up to 5 inches of snow had fell by 5 p.m. Thursday, a welcome sight for many.
We're all definitely relieved because we definitely haven't gotten enough this winter.
Back out here in Mesa, We learned that the Gilbert Road exit and the Country Club exit are now back open. That's where we're at right now. But I do want to give a quick warning to our viewers if for some reason you're planning on heading east on the US 60. It's currently closed at Country Club, as you can go and kind of turn around and you can see this entire part of the US 60 is closed. And that's because we learned that ADOT is doing some scheduled maintenance right now. So again, if you or a loved one or you know someone that has to head east on the US 60, you're going to have to find an alternate route once you get to that Country Club exit. We're live in Mesa. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
All right, Chase, thank you. Yeah, the problems out there in the 60 not over just yet. But whenever a storm rolls through, we'll be tracking it every step of the way on our TV streaming at 12 Plus. You can download it on your TV and watch it for free. Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
After more than 2 decades representing Arizona in Congress, Raul Grijalva has died. The 77-year-old Democrat died from complications from his cancer treatment. He was diagnosed with lung cancer last April. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono is live at the Capitol tonight with more on his legacy. Bianca?
Mark, with decades of public service under his belt, there is so much to talk about when it comes to Congressman Raul Grijalva. But tonight, I spoke with someone from the Havasupai tribe who reflected on the impact he's had on her community.
In the Havasupai tradition and belief system, we understand when a great leader passes away, there's going to be a thunderstorm and a snowstorm.
And on Thursday, as rain and snow blanketed much of Arizona, news broke of the passing of longtime Congressman Raul Grijalva.
This snowstorm coming through Arizona, that's his ancestors coming to take him home to his final heavenly resting place.
Carletta Toulouse is a former Havasupai tribal council member and worked closely with Grijalva as he tried to find solutions for issues in Indian country.
He'd be there to listen to our concerns, and he was very strong at following through on his commitments to Indian country.
Grijalva was first elected to Congress in 2002, representing the 7th Congressional District. But in Toulouse's eyes, the Democrats' biggest accomplishment came late in his career, in 2023, when a new national monument for historic tribal land around the Grand Canyon was established, protecting the waters of the Grand Canyon, a goal he worked for nearly a decade to achieve.
And that was the most important thing that he taught me as a leader. Even though we get defeated, we have to stand up and try again. He was so full of happiness that tears kept coming out of his eyes.
As the search will soon begin to try to fill the big shoes Grijalva leaves behind, described by Governor Katie Hobbs as a fierce advocate and by former President Joe Biden as someone who stood up for working families. Toulouse is soaking in this storm, prepared to continue down the path Grijalva paved.
I'll always remember him and take on the fight that he has taught every one of us.
And Grijalva is survived by his wife and 3 daughters. You may be able to make it out behind me, but Governor Hobbs has ordered flags to be flown at half-staff tomorrow to honor his life and legacy. Troy?
All right, so Bianca, he was a sitting congressman. What is the process now to fill that seat?
Yeah, Troy, there will be a special election. So Governor Hobbs has 72 hours from when his seat is officially declared vacant to announce the dates of those elections. We expect the primary to be about 4 months from now. 2 months after that, that will be the general election. Troy?
Democratic district as well. Bianca, thank you so much for that. New at 10, the Arizona Humane Society says somebody abandoned 10 puppies right outside one of their shelters, and one of them didn't make it. Workers say they found the 7 pit bull type puppies in a plastic bin outside their Sunny Slope campus early on Monday morning. The puppies were left overnight. They needed immediate medical attention, so 6 of the puppies now recovering. The Humane Society says this incident shows as a true animal welfare crisis here in the valley.
Tonight, the search continues for a missing man at Lake Pleasant. 62-year-old Glenn Keir disappeared more than 2 weeks ago, but as of tonight, only his damaged boat has been found. The experienced boater vanished February 26th, and despite intensive searches by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, there's still no sign of him. Authorities plan to launch underwater search robots in the coming days. But now that 2 weeks have gone by, his family is really struggling with the unknown.
Every day we get up and we're waiting to hear for something, you know, if they found him, you know, it's It's just really hard. Look at the picture. See if you have any information or if you've seen him, what time it was, anything that can help the investigation.
Yeah, again, if you saw Greg at Lake Pleasant that day, February 26th, you're urged to contact the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.